What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to break down why Will Smith is probably the biggest simp in Hollywood and what you can learn from his simping mistakes. So this story is pretty interesting. If you've been following the whole Will Smith saga, that you know there's been a lot of memes, a lot of people making fun of him, and I think it's definitely for good reason. So the context here is this. Will Smith has been married for quite a long time to this chick called Jada Pinkett Smith. And in my opinion, she's not attractive at all. It's kind of mind-blowing to me that an A-list celebrity who's quite in good shape was able to wind up with her. But you know, everyone has different tastes, that's fine. But their whole marriage situation is really, really bizarre. So basically they were starting going through a rough patch, and then they took a separation. Now, it's not really clear whose idea it was and what the exact rules were, but you know, they were taking a break from each other. That seems to be without a question. And then Jada, you know, Will Smith's wife, basically started sleeping with one of Will Smith's friends. And yeah, so that was the whole thing. And then they wound up back together, not really clear how. And here they are giving an interview basically to the whole world talking about the situation. This is going to be very interesting because you're going to see how Jada basically frame controls the whole thing and how Will Smith is just simping from A to Z. Like, he's just simping throughout this whole interview. And you can see also, which is actually the sad part, all the pain in his eyes. So let's jump right into this. So this is an infamous red table interview.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't.
Now, notice how right away she's justifying it. She's like, I was in a lot of pain and blah, blah, blah. But I think the fucked up thing, look, I don't know what the exact rules of their separation were, but the fucked up thing is that she banged his friend. Like, that to me, I would never in a million years get back together with her. Okay, if you guys are on a break, that's fine. You know, she's doing her thing, you're doing her thing. But if she fucks with your friend, that's an instant deal breaker. So the fact that he's sitting here with her is already simping in of itself. Now, notice how she's just justifying it and she shows zero remorse, right? She's not like, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. She's just like, I was in a lot of pain. What do you expect?
Find happiness outside of yourself. Mm-hmm. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. Mm-hmm. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah,
I think it was about 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Started a friendship with August. Mm-hmm. And we actually became really, really good friends. Mm-hmm. And it all started with...
That's an issue right there. If your girl becomes really, really good friends with someone, that's an issue. Unless that guy's gay, in which case it doesn't matter. But if it's like a straight dude that she's becoming really, really good friends with, that's an issue. Now look, I'm not saying your girl can't have male friends. That's fine, but there should be limits to that friendship. They shouldn't be really good friends. That's a little suspicious.
With him just needing some help. Mm-hmm. You know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really, really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources, you know, to help pull him through. Mm-hmm. And from there, you know.
And the final resource was my pussy.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
Now, this is the crazy part. So he was done with her. So now this narrative is changing a little bit, right? So it seems like he was the one that, and then she went out and banged and started dating one of his friends, and then he took her back. That is the simpiest shit ever. Like, you were done with her, but then she bangs her friend, now you're gonna let her back in? This is the most messed up thing I've ever heard.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. you
Yeah,
know?
no, we were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know,
Now look at, if you're good at reading body language, look at the way he's talking. Like there's a lot of anger and bitterness in his voice, but he's trying to hide behind the nice guy card. So he's not letting out his true emotions. He's really pissed off over this whole thing, but he's not letting it out. He's trying to control that, which is not actually a good thing. I'm not saying you should like get violent or anything like that. Of course not, right? But he has a lot of strong trapped emotions that he's just basically shoving inside his body. He's shoving them down and he's pretending to be the nice guy, which again is quite simpy.
I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
I launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good.
Now it's crazy how she's taking the victim path here, which, you know, is kind of quite common, but she's being the victim. I felt so bad, but that is actually, you know, basically, you know, something that says about him because they were together. So I felt so bad. Now this is the part that's not being said, but it's implied. I felt so bad being with you that I just needed some good dick. I was so tired of all this bad dick I was getting from you. I need some good one. And he's just sitting there like, yep.
And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with my codependency, which is another thing that I had to learn to break in this cycle.
Now, you know what's the simpiest part about this? Well, actually, there's so many simpy parts, is that he's letting her completely get away with this bullshit. Now, of course, if I was in his shoes, well, one, I would never get back together with her, but if I was forced to, I would never do this publicly. Like, I don't know why he thought, and I think she was probably the one that pushed him into this, because he looks very uncomfortable, and he looks comfortable, which to me suggests this whole thing of doing it publicly was her idea, right? So I would stake my money on that. But if you are going to do it like that, why would you let her get away with this victim bullshit? Like, I would be like, Jade, you want to fuck my friend. It's over. It happened. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Like, I would not let her just get away with like making it seem like something completely different, because he's just nodding and letting her basically twist the narrative to make it seem like she's the one who's the victim instead of him, because, you know, it was his wife that banged his friend.
It's that idea of needing to fix and being drawn to people that need help, whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions. There's something about that childhood trauma that feels as though it can be fixed through fixing people versus fixing me.
Yeah.
And I think that whole process with Og really showed me that and taught me that. And I'm really grateful for that lesson.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
Yeah, it's funny because she's trying to frame the whole thing as it was a learning experience, like it was a positive, right? She's reframing the whole thing like, I was in so much pain, but it was actually a good thing because it taught me this, blah, blah, blah. And he's just completely letting her get away with it, and that's going to be the established narrative. That maybe she's in like a few years, she's going to be like, babe, I did this for us. You know, it was for us. It was really for you. I didn't even enjoy it. I didn't even want to bang him. I did this for you. And he's like, yep, for me.
No, I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
I would agree. I would agree.
No, but it ain't for the weak at heart. There's just certain things that you have to go through, and it's like.
And I wish, you know, I wish that wasn't the case. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic and miracles.
Yeah. You got to go through some to get the answers, you know, and I'm just happy because I definitely believe that you and I, we never, ever, ever thought that we would make it back.
Yeah, there's a real power in the just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you really can't know that
until you go
through some stuff, you know.
That's the crazy part. He's saying, look at the anger in his voice, because he doesn't believe this when he says, there's the real power knowing when someone's riding with you, right? But that's like the opposite of riding with you is banging your friend. Like, that's literally the opposite. So she's basically frame controlled this whole thing to make it seem like basically that she's on his side, when really this is like one of the worst things she can do. One, it's his friend. Two, he's a celebrity, so now he looks horrible in the media. He just looks like a complete jackass. So she embarrassed him publicly and privately. And so this is like the opposite of riding with him or being a supportive partner, right? Because if you're an A-list celebrity, probably the biggest thing you want in your partner is for her to be discreet and not embarrass you in public, because that's going to have such a big effect on you. So, and that's why I think you see all the anger behind what he's saying because he's so not in touch with his emotions, right? He wants to be the nice guy, but usually the nice guys, they have a lot of built up resentment and anger, which is exactly what I see in him.
I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You're going to get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good on that, okay?
Okay, that's probably true. That's
true. And I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay. I'll give you that petty if that's what you want. But, I will definitely say it's just part of it.
Yeah.
If you expect to be with somebody for a lifetime.
25 years and counting.
We ride together.
Just again, look at the difference in their tonality and their body language. She's just so comfortable right now. She doesn't give a shit. And look at him. Look how triggered and affected by this he is. But again, he's suppressing all that built up emotion, which is super common with the nice guy.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
That's terrible.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
But yeah, it's just part of the journey.
I told you the first year we were married.
What'd you tell me?
That I can love you through anything.
And I didn't believe you.
Yeah.
If somebody looked through a crystal ball and said, this, and this is going to happen, I'd be like, no way.
Yeah. You thought I was that.
That is the simplest thing you can tell your girl. I will love you through anything, because that's like, okay, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can totally fuck you over and you'll still love me. No, love should be conditional, unless it's like your family or something like that, right? It should absolutely be like the love you have for a girl should be conditional. It's conditional based on the fact that she doesn't bang your friend. That's usually one of the conditions. So telling her I would love you no matter what, that's actually setting a really bad precedent, because she's like, now, oh, okay, I can do whatever the fuck I want and I will never lose him.
I didn't have the girth that it was going to take to ride with you through.
Yeah, I didn't know if you would be willing to find the deep capacity to love me.
Yeah. How am I doing?
You're doing great.
And now he's asking her, how am I doing? So he's getting her like, oh, did I love you enough? Do you need to fuck more of my friends? Do you want to bang this guy? Do you want to bang this guy? I'll still love you. I don't care. I'll watch.
Yeah.
And then they give each other like a lame little high five. Just like there's clearly like, I don't know, just watching her, there's clearly like no attraction she has for him. It's basically like a friend. Like really, at the end of the day, that's how she looks at him. It's like so different if you watch me and Natty. Like just look at the difference. In me and Natty, like we're not married. We haven't known each other for that long. But just like look at the difference in affection and the attraction the girl has for him. Let's take a look at two very more quick clips.
How long were you all actually separated? Was it months or years?
We never actually officially separated. We agreed that she had to make herself happy and I had to make myself happy. And then we were going to present.
That is the simplest thing you can tell your wife as well. Oh, you go out there and make yourself happy. Go bang my friends. I don't care. Make yourself happy. Like at that point, why are you still together? Like if you're not happy together, that's the time to end the relationship. But of course, Will Smith in multiple interviews has said that I don't believe in divorce. Divorce is for quitters. I would never leave her. We're going to stay together no matter what. Again, that's a very simple thing to say. That means that you have no boundaries at all. Your girl can do whatever you want and you won't end it because you have no boundaries. You have no self-respect at that point.
I've carried most of my life the sense of failing every woman I interact.
Also, super simpy, he feels that he's failed every woman. He's not thinking about it in terms of like, how did they please me? Did they add value to my life? Or the more healthy way to look at it is, okay, what was the relationship like? Did we have a good relationship, right? That's the least narcissistic way to look at it. He's looking at it like, oh, I failed these girls. So again, you can kind of get a very clear picture here that Will Smith, despite being an A-list celebrity and playing all these tough guys in movies, inside a massive simp who also has a lot of built-up resentment and emotion that is trapped behind his fake nice guy exterior. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable and shows that you're not a massive simp like Will Smith by smashing the like button, hitting subscribe, and click the bell for notification. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.